The Intercontinental title hangs in the balance tonight in a match between our refined champion Hunter Hearst Helmsley and the young challenger Rocky Maivia.
Rocky Maivia has a lot to prove here. The third-generation up-and-comer would love nothing more than to grab his first championship tonight and send a message to the WWE that Rocky Maivia has arrived.
But Hunter Hearst Helmsley will do everything in his considerable power to stop that from happening. And as far as Helmsley is concerned, Maivia is barely even worth his time. And he goes crashing to the outside. He's headed to the top now.
Taking flight. Look at blow. The 1-2 punch of high risk, high reward.
And we know Rocky doesn't have the same experience as Helmsley, and that could be a developing story as this match progresses.
And this is where an experienced wrestler like Helmsley can take a young wrestler and pick him apart, take advantage, capitalize, and win.
What's it going to take for Hunter Hearst Helmsley to retain his Intercontinental title here? How can he get the better of Rocky Maivia?
Well, the champ needs to put this young upstart Maivia in his place with unrelenting offense. No time for graceful bows and upper-class taunting.
Bang! Maybe that'll teach him not to take his eye off the ball.
Oh, Helmsley. Vintage move here. And wait a second. Interesting turn of events here.
Yeah, he just released the hold, and I'm racking my brain wondering why.
Oh, no, the referee absorbing the impact. The Intercontinental Championship is on the line here between two superstars who don't have anything nice to say about one another. The challenger, Rocky Maivia, and our current champion, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Well, Helmsley is our champion for a reason. He's a cut above the rest, a higher class of in-ring competitor. This Rocky Maivia guy should learn his place and respect his betters.
Well, that attitude is exactly why Maivia is so eager to go after Helmsley and his title. He wants to prove Helmsley is just a snide and arrogant blowhard who doesn't deserve to be champion.
Only one of these men will leave this ring our Intercontinental champion. This should be a memorable match. What's it going to take for Hunter Hearst Helmsley to retain his Intercontinental title here? How can he get the better of Rocky Maivia?
Well, the champ needs to put this young upstart Maivia in his place with unrelenting offense. No time for graceful bows and upper-class taunting. Just beat Rocky down.
And we know Rocky doesn't have the same experience as Helmsley, and that could be a developing story as this match progresses.
And this is where an experienced wrestler like Helmsley can take a young wrestler and pick him apart, take advantage, capitalize, and win.
And he comes in under the ropes now.
Helmsley looking to bait his...
Yes, he had that coming all night. Big back body drop. And just in time, he gets out of there.
Oh, and he gets discarded out of the ring. Flying.
Good Lord, taking flight. I can't believe what we just saw.
I can't believe that didn't miss.
And Byron, Rocky has tremendous exuberance, tremendous youth.
Uh-oh, the Cobra clutch is applied.
He had it locked in. I didn't expect him to just let go.
I don't know what he's thinking, but he needs to focus on the task at hand.
Short clothesline hits its mark.
He counters with a great reversal.
We're locked in reversals here. Neither competitor intimidated. Each counter leaving these competitors at a stalemate. He's got to make some moves here or suffer the countout.
He gets back in right before the count. Punch lands. Smothering offense now from Rocky.
Maivia keeps bringing the energy, and Helmsley has no answer.
Fends it off. Good counter.
And even before the bell rang tonight, I think Hunter Hearst Helmsley has been trying to frustrate Rocky. He's tried to say, hey, young fella, we're going to do things at my pace, not yours.
Rocky, the 6'5", around 270-pound stud, just has to keep his cool. Don't take any unnecessary chances against a cagey competitor the caliber of our Intercontinental champion.
Maivia with a nice turnaround. Oh! He's looking to go high risk from the top rope.
from the top.
Ooh, poorly timed, high-risk attempt.
Uh-oh, has to find a way out of this. Power slam. Deeper into this match now, and I think it's Helmsley who's reaching peak frustration.
Can't quite put Rocky Maivia away. A testament to the never-say-die attitude of this young superstar.
And he gets it from his dad. He gets it from his grandfather. Maivia knows nothing less than to give it his all. Drop kick. This capacity crowd certainly behind the youngster Rocky Maivia, thinking there could be an upset here tonight.
Perched up top.
A diving knee drop.
Maivia took to the sky and executed that high risk perfectly. I don't think Helmsley had that scouted at all.
Headed out of the ring, but the count is looming. Raw drop kick.
Oh, God, drilled right into the post.
Get this back into the ring now.
Vicious right forearm.
Put into the corner. What could be next? He is getting rid of the turnbuckle pad. Don't say that too loud, Saxon. You might get caught.
Oh, counters right back on Hunter. Hunter whipped into the corner. Nobody home. Rocky hit hard. And now Hunter looks to take over this match.
Helmsley muscling Maivia up to the top turnbuckle in a big right hand.
Helmsley with something big in mind here for his challenger tonight.
Well, this is just blatant disrespect from the arrogant champion.
Almost daring Rocky. Hey, you really want my title? You really think you're going to be Intercontinental Champion?
Up to the top. Hooking Rocky into a superplex. This could be it. Can Hunter capitalize? This could be it. Hook to the leg and a cover, and Rocky stays in it, getting his shoulder up.
Still not enough to put out the flame of Rocky Maivia.
Hunter has to be asking himself, what else do I have in my arsenal? And I think we may get our answer, gentlemen.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time, I believe, before this one's over. Hunter hooking Rocky, taking his time, looking to put him away.
Maivia just collapsed.
This just shows you how much damage Hunter Hearst Helmsley has inflicted on the challenger in this matchup.
I think Maivia's done. Official might want to step in, call this one.
The official checking on Rocky. Hunter Hearst Helmsley believes this is close to being over. Lifting him back up again. Rocky rolls through. Shoulders down. Rocky wins the title.
Rocky Maivia has shocked Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Here is your winner and the new Intercontinental Champion, Rocky Maivia.
We have a new Intercontinental Champion.
Steel cage match underway. Peter Maivia versus George the Animal Steele. Most of the matches between Peter Maivia and George Steele have ended inconclusively, but this time we'll have a winner.
These are two very different men, Cole. The High Chief is a man of great pride and respect for the ring, while Steele is, well, he's an animal. I can't think of two opponents with more opposing styles.
You said it, Corey. Let's just hope this one gets taken care of in the ring tonight.
Trying to stay sure-footed on the way up.
Sky high. Oof.
Oh. George the Animal Steele might be a bit of an underdog here. In fact, he lost the match by countout to the High Chief.
In Steele's defense, I'm not sure he knows how to count exactly, or how to read a rule book. So he's got to be happy to be in this cage.
Well, Maivia is called the High Chief in part because of his commanding presence in the ring. He's more than ready for what the animal will throw at him, even inside a cage.
Peter Maivia now with the upper hand.
And you can see Steele is struggling to weather the storm of the High Chief.
Shot to the gut will break things up.
Answer after answer for each other's offense.
He might put him away here. He kicks out with authority.
He couldn't make much of that pin attempt. Oh, man.
Peter Maivia very tough, but he also has movie star good looks. Quite the combo.
And it served him well, Michael. In fact, the High Chief has major acting and stunt work credits to his name. And who knows? Maybe we'll see the Maivia name on Hollywood billboards again sometime.
Well, before any of that happens, the High Chief needs to survive this war against the animal.
We've seen that Steele isn't above using a foreign object to gain the edge against Maivia. So he's got to have the advantage in a match where they're surrounded by one huge weapon, right?
Well, you'd think that, Cole, but think about how these men prepared for this match. The High Chief is a consummate professional whose game plan for this stipulation. And Steele, well, I think he just shows up to the arena and asks who he's fighting. Gets driven into the corner.
Clothesline in the corner! Gentlemen, we've touched on the differences between Maivia and Steele as competitors. One man based on order, the other on chaos, but it's reflected in their looks, too.
Indeed, Michael. Just look at the sculpted physique of the High Chief. And the tribal tattoos on his body are extremely intricate and definitely eye-catching.
And Steele is, well, he's an ugly creature. Enough hair on his upper torso to classify as fur. Folds in his bald head. He's like a modern-day Neanderthal.
Just twist.
Into the pin. Could be over for Maivia. He breaks the pin before a 1 count.
This deep into the match, and oh, look at the start of this. Could be going into the playbook for submission. It's locked in so tight. Running out of options in a hurry now.
The pain's too great. That's it.
Here is your winner, George the Animal Steele.
Somehow, some way, George the Animal Steele is able to walk out of this cage with a victory over High Chief Peter Maivia.
It's got to be some sort of weird mixture between luck and chaos, Corey. It's well documented how tough Peter Maivia is, and the Animal was still able to walk out of this one with a decided victory.
Steel cage match underway. Peter Maivia versus George the Animal Steele. Most of the matches between Peter Maivia and George Steele have ended inconclusively, but this time we'll have a winner.
These are two very different men, Cole. The High Chief is a man of great pride and respect for the ring, while Steele is, well, wait a minute, setting in. Devastating submission coming.
This is the moment when you're desperate to find a counter.
Try a single leg camel clutch and a great counter.
Took it out the knee.
When a man like Peter Maivia signs up for a match with the Animal, he doesn't know what to expect, just to expect anything in the world.
Peter Maivia
From the heavens, big time splash.
Oh, ouch. He got out of dodge just in time. Jarring European uppercut.
Wicked chop block.
You have to admit, that was a smart bit of offense, cutting their opponent down to size like that. Peter Maivia turns that around.
Shoulder tackle.
Here he goes, up the wall of the steel cage.
Taking flight. Good defense there.
Some folks call Peter Maivia the Flying Hawaiian, and the reasons are obvious for that moniker. But guys, how has he earned the other nickname of the High Chief?
Well, Cole, Peter Maivia is very close to the Anoa'i family. In fact, Peter's considered a blood brother to the patriarch of that clan.
When you add on the fact that Maivia was born and raised in Samoa, you can see the great pride he has for that land and its people in the tribal ink that covers his body.
Two very opposing styles in every sense of the word, Corey. High Chief Maivia is a much more physically gifted and talented athlete in the ring than Steele. What's it going to take for the animal to get the upper hand here?
Well, he's got to be even. And here's the cover.
He's able to kick out before two.
Still in it.
Ooh, he fends that off.
The animal has to be elated to be in this steel cage against one of his biggest rivals, no less.
Yeah, Byron, we've seen the animal brandish a weapon against Peter Maivia before, and it was against the rules. IG better be prepared for Steele to get even crazier.
Oh, Maivia is prepared, all right. The man is extremely tough and agile. In fact, the High Chief's entire body can be considered a weapon. Crushing the knee there.
Look at Maivia going to work on the animal.
The High Chief has all the answers right now. Oh, what a headbutt.
Peter Maivia is looking unstoppable now.
And you can see Steele is struggling to weather the storm of the High Chief.
Double leg takedown, got the shoulders down.
Gets reversed.
Is it enough?
Got something else in mind, I guess.
Delivers the snap, Mayor.
Fist drop.
Well, George has certainly seen better days.
Punishing power slam.
And Steele is one step quicker. Why? Pretty savage and gross way to go after someone. Ooh! What now? Oh, not to the belly!
Peter Maivia very tough, but he also has movie star good looks. Quite the combo.
And it served him well, Michael. In fact, the High Chief has major acting and stunt work credits to his name. And who knows? Maybe we'll see the Maivia name on Hollywood billboards again.
And now he's looking to lock in this submission.
Hammer lock applied. The arm is locked in. This is sending a painful message.
Now to
able to punch his way out. Ooh, stiff punch.
And it seems as
no signs of either combatant backing down.
Manages to reverse it.
Just teeing off with that fight forever vibe.
Big shots being fired right now. Neither competitor letting up. What impressive determination from both competitors. Keeping at each other no matter what.
Fast thinking saved him there.
George the Animal Steele might be a bit of an underdog here. In fact, he lost the match by countout to the High Chief.
And Steele pin, shoulders down. Might put him away right now.
The ref not even getting to one.
It's unthinkable. Someone beating the one count at this point.
The climb to the top now is going to take every ounce of energy.
Scaling the steel cage wall. He's getting even closer to making an escape.
Now for the hard part.
He can taste victory now.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh. That was a terrible fall to the mat.
That was one of the nastiest landings we've ever seen.
This is not good. This is what he's been training for. This moment right here.
High Chief Peter Maivia taking on George the Animal Steele in a steel cage match. Quite a heated history between these two guys.
Yeah, Michael, and I think it's because Maivia is one of the few superstars brave enough to take on the animal. Most of their contests have ended in countouts or disqualifications. Thanks to the cage, we'll get a decisive victory in this one.
Well, that really depends on if a cage can even contain that. George the Animal Steele is not a wrestler by any stretch of the imagination, guys. He's a true brawler.
And he might be the best brawler in WWE, Michael. There is no shortage of fight in the animal.
But you know who might be a better brawler, guys? The High Chief Peter Maivia. When you consider that Maivia is also an excellent high flyer and a great technician, Well, you can see why the High Chief is the favorite in this match, even with the steel cage stipulation.
Chop block.
Right to the knee.
Momentum is all with Maivia now.
And you can see Steel is struggling to weather the storm with the High Chief. Lariat.
Stepped aside, avoiding damage. Took him out at the knee.
Peter Maivia very tough, but he also has movie star good looks. Quite the combo.
And it served him well, Michael. In fact, the High Chief has major acting and stunt work credits to his name. And who knows? Maybe we'll see the Maivia name on Hollywood billboards again sometime.
Well, before any of that happens, the High Chief needs to survive this war against the animal.
And it's scouted. Now can capitalize. Gonna scale the cage wall now.
Trying to escape the cage!
Powerbomb! He's tossed down to the mat.
Thought it was time, but it ended up backfiring.
And it's no accident what body part was targeted there.
Definitely came into this match with a game plan to neutralize the legs.
George beats him to the punch. When a man like Peter Maivia signs up for a match with the animal, he doesn't know what to expect, just to expect anything in the world.
Peter Maivia knows full well that he's in for some unusual treatment tonight. In fact, Steel often has trouble finding opponents due to his erratic nature.
But when it comes to competition, the High Chief wants to prove he's worthy of that name. Peter Maivia will take on any competitor, no matter the difficulty.
Ooh, he saw it coming.
Momentum going back to Peter Maivia's corner.
Peter Maivia trying to bring the fight back in this one.
And we just saw some serious offense. Momentum is all with Maivia now.
Yeah, and Maivia has really figured the animal out here. That was just wrong. You should be a better person than that.
Uh-oh. Camel clutch locked in, agonizing submission hold.
And writhing in pain, trying to find an escape.
I think his hopes of that are running out quick.
Camel clutch applied. They're not going to last long here.
Wait. The grip is broken.
Mistake made by Steel.
These two have learned each other so well.
Wards that off. What a response. Just a barrage of offense coming his way with seemingly no answer to it.
Can Steel recover from this adversity?
The High Chief Peter Maivia really making a name for himself at WWE, but he's had plenty of experience on the way up.
Plenty of championships on the West Coast, but he's made the biggest splash in Hawaii, where he earned multiple tag team titles.
Oh yeah, Maivia is a huge celebrity on the islands. In fact...
Oh no! Now possibly setting up for a submission maneuver.
A stump puller. Trapped in the clutches of this submission.
This is brutal. It's locked in full extension. The leg isn't meant to take this much strain. There it is, tapping out.
Here is your winner, High Chief Peter.
And it's all come down to this, the finals of the 2024 Queen of the Ring tournament. Jax Valkyria, who will walk out of Saudi Arabia with a crown and a ticket to a world title match at SummerSlam.
Lyra Valkyria is about to go toe-to-toe with a real-life, fire-breathing dragon in the form of Nia Jax. Nia, who's in the best physical condition of her career and as highly motivated as I've ever seen.
And Nia now misses wildly. Lyra goes up over the top. Nia's got it.
Lyra has the advantage. She has Nia reeling.
But Lyra can't win Queen of the Ring with Jax on the outside. This match has to end in the ring. Anything can happen in WWE. It used to be a tagline, but it's the truth, and Lyra Valkyria is living it.
Over the last 12 months, Lyra has already knocked off the likes of Becky Lynch and Io Sky, but she's never faced anyone the size of Jax. This is a first for her career. Dragon screw. She could be on her way to a countout.
Like a brick wall running into you.
Well, if you're Lyra Valkyria, what do you do to pull off a massive upset tonight?
Well, Lyra's a technical wizard, Cole. In fact, from a technique perspective, she may actually have Nia Jax outgunned. And beyond relying on her technique, if I'm Lyra, I'm going to try to frustrate Nia. I don't know how possible that is, but if you frustrate Nia, she may make a crucial mistake.
Oh, that'll send a shock down your spine.
Lyra Valkyria, one of the most technical wrestlers in NXT Women's Division history.
But the game is about so much more than technique. It's about experience and timing, knowing when to tap into certain parts of your psyche. Nia knows this, and we've seen it for years.
The big question is, does Lyra? Uh-oh.
And just like that, maneuvers out of position.
Oh, catapulting down on the opponent. Lining her up perfectly. I would fear what's coming next. Getting her set up for something in the corner.
Jax cannot be overpowered.
She's hooked up.
Alabama slam. Each woman here has had a tough road to become a Queen of the Ring finalist. Every matchup in this bracket has been a toss-up.
Valkyria knocked off former women's champion Io Sky earlier this week, but Nia's had an even tougher challenge. Two great former champions in the form of Naomi and Bianca Belair.
Even more impressive than that, she handed Jade Cargill her first WWE loss.
Granted, Corey, that was a disqualification victory for Jax. I'd say there's still some unfinished business between Nia and Jade.
Oh, moonsault. Incredible agility.
And that is not supposed to look that easy, ladies and gentlemen.
Headed out of the ring, but the count is looming.
Oh, Alabama slam.
Lyra says she feels alive every time she flies, and that's what Nia has to avoid tonight, keeping Lyra grounded.
The woman thinks she's a bird, Cole. What do you expect?
It's symbolism, Graves. Placed against the turnbuckles. And an answer from her.
Battle of counters. No one's getting their full offense in.
Boom! What a headbutt.
So ruthless.
Many in the WWE Universe getting their first look at Lyra Valkyria.
Into the pin.
Will it be?
Sends off the 3 count.
If she keeps the pressure on, the next one might do it. Lyra Valkyria powering up her opponent. Nightwing connects.
And that took Nia down.
2 count.
Oh my God, she did it. Valkyria is Queen of the Ring.
Here is your winner.
And there will be a coronation taking place tonight as Nia Jax and Lyra Valkyria. And Nia now misses wildly. Lyra goes up over the top. Nia's got it caught, though.
Lyra trying to rely on her technique to bring down the irresistible force, but having no luck at the moment.
I'm not sure this. Lyra has the advantage. She has Nia reeling.
But Lyra can't win Queen of the Ring with Jax on the outside. This match has to end in the ring.
Each woman here has had a tough road to become a Queen of the Ring finalist. Every matchup in this bracket has been a toss-up.
Valkyria knocked off former women's champion Io Sky earlier this week, but Nia's had an even tougher challenge. Two great former champions in the form of Naomi and Bianca Belair.
Even more impressive than that, she handed Jade Cargill her first WWE loss.
Granted, Corey, that was a disqualification victory for Jax. I'd say there's still some unfinished business between Nia and Jade. Corey, what do you do you think is going to be the key in this match for Nia Jax? She certainly made plenty of promises when it comes to being queen of the ring.
What Nia brings to the dance, Cole, is raw power, the likes of which you rarely see from most men, let alone women. Nia has absolutely no problem using that power, and the same goes for her throwing her weight around in the ring. Lyra Valkyria might just learn that the hard way tonight.
Many in the WWE Universe getting their first look at Lyra Valkyria. She's only had 3 main roster matches so far, and they were all in this tournament.
Big wins over Dakota Kai, Zoe Stark, and Io Sky over the last 3 weeks. That's an extremely impressive start for Lyra.
Wow, undefeated for 3 weeks? When Nia Jax joined the main roster, she didn't lose a match for over 7 months, and Jax has stayed that dominant for years.
From the top. She went airborne and missed.
A masterful display of defense from both wrestlers. She gets taken into the corner, needs to get out. Counter after counter. Neither superstar getting the clear advantage.
Confidence is always a key for Nia Jax. She comes into every match thinking she has it won.
But when you have this business in your blood, like Nia does, that confidence is genetic.
But ever since the Irresistible Force returned to WWE 8 months ago, her confidence has been on another level.
And she's gaining even more confidence as this match progresses. Jax may just be unstoppable now.
And Lyra is brought to a disadvantage now.
And the Irresistible Force is really keeping Valkyria grounded here.
Just punishing Lyra.
This is exactly the pace the Irresistible Force likes. Ouch. She goes for the cover.
She was close to the end there.
She is still fighting, still keeping this going. Ooh.
Jax is showcasing her power right here.
Yeah, Nia is just buzzing right through Lyra here.
Lyra Valkyria powering up her opponent. Nightwing connects.
Lyra Valkyria got all of her.
A kick out. Oh, my God.
You gotta be kidding me. What just happened?
I don't know, but I think it just blew the roof off this arena.
Can't put this one away even after that big maneuver.
High crossbody.
Stationary position. Turns around.
Oh,
moonsault.
incredible agility. Here it is.
Now the pin.
How at this point you don't even stay down long enough for a 1 count is beyond comprehension.
Fast movement gets her out of the way. From behind. Snap German suplex.
Like a brick wall running into you.
Talk about force. That'll give you whiplash.
Tossed by the neck.
Gets out of dodge.
Ooh, just bouncing off the turnbuckle.
Valkyria keeps her away. Oh, man.
And Lyra putting together some offense.
Here's her big opportunity.
Countering that offense.
This could be over right here. Powerbomb. Can Lyra Valkyria survive this?
There's 2. And she got it. Nia Jax is queen of the ring.
Here is your winner and the new
We now know the sick, demented side of Rikishi. Rikishi almost cost Austin his life. Instead, he's here tonight to finish the job.
Listen, Rikishi has seen members of his family be skipped over while other superstars skyrocketed to unimaginable heights. Rikishi feels it's The Rock's time, not Austin's.
It's been a month of stunning revelations, all leading to the in-ring return of Stone Cold.
Taking the wind out with a stomp to the solar plexus.
And though The Rock wants nothing to do with this altercation, we have to mention the sadness Rikishi has brought to him.
Rock might be innocent in this whole ordeal, but I feel that somewhere inside his soul, The Rock is happy with what Rikishi's done. The Rock is proud to have Rikishi and his family.
No, Corey, what kind of lies are you trying to spread? We've heard Rock say Rikishi deserves what Austin is going to bring him. There's no family pride in that statement.
I'm just saying that blood is thicker than water, and it's been an easier ride for Rock without Austin in the picture. And that's thanks to Rikishi.
Sounds more like Rikishi is trying to take credit for all The Rock's success.
Uh-oh, guys.
We should probably take a step back here. As the fight continues ringside, we may need to relocate soon.
I'm already ahead of you. Grabbing my notes.
And Byron, I just cannot see any legitimate reason to run over Stone Cold like Rikishi did last Survivor Series.
I mean, Austin does ruffle the feathers of a lot of people, Michael, but I don't think any of his rivals would go to the disgusting lengths that Rikishi's gone to.
Oh, what a chop!
That'll light you up.
Clubbing blows. Just going all out with every blow. Corey, Austin has been out of in-ring action for nearly a year. Does any possible ring rust factor into this match?
Well, maybe if this actually was a match, but this isn't about arm drags. It's not about drop kicks. This is a fight, and there is never any rust on Stone Cold when it comes to fighting.
Ooh, brutal impact into the corner.
And now Austin ragdolled to the outside. Headed out to ringside now. What does he have planned?
He's able to dodge out of the way.
We've talked so much about motives leading into this match. In my view, Rikishi's are delusional. His family have been given equal opportunities, and they all took full advantage of them.
Yeah, my blood boils at the propaganda Rikishi's been selling. But I'll tell you about the most legitimate motive in this story, and that is payback for Stone Cold. Austin really had his life taken from him. And there is no greater reason to stomp the tar out of somebody than that.
Sweep.
Nicely done.
Absolutely no telling what's underneath the ring tonight.
A hockey stick? The game wasn't on tonight's card. Was he?
Both athletes showing incredible reflexes here.
And looking at my monitor, it just makes me sick to my stomach watching Rikishi. This is a man who has no remorse and feels justified for running Austin down like a dog.
Look. Being devil's advocate, you've got to look at Rikishi's perspective. He's proud of his Samoan lineage and saw an opportunity to give his people a leg up in the Shark Tank that is WWE.
Are you serious, Corey? Rikishi ran over another human being. We're fortunate that it only put Austin on the show for 10 months instead of his whole life. It's sick that you would even condone what Rikishi did.
Don't twist my words, Saxton. I'm not saying I condone Rikishi's actions. I'm just saying I understand them. Back in the ring.
Firing with a straight shot there. Answering back.
So much pride, so much resiliency on display.
Looks like a hockey fight's just broken out. Boom.
Exhaustion setting in, and neither one of them is letting up. The willpower, the sheer guts of these two.
Listen to this crowd driving these competitors to leave everything out in the ring. I thought they were going to keep that up all night. Austin with
Stone Cold Stunner.
Can Rikishi come back from that?
You've got to be kidding me.
That's impossible.
I can't believe what we just saw.
And you've got to wonder if desperation starts to kick in for Stone Cold or if he stays the course. And Rikishi with a counter. Uh-oh. Rikishi driver.
Rikishi got all of it. Austin and Rikishi trading heavy artillery on the outside, and here comes the rattlesnake.
Stone Cold Steve Austin fired up in revenge on his mom. And do you hear this capacity crowd? They want more from Stone Cold. Nobody wants to see Rikishi get beaten down like a pile of human filth.
And we know how despicable Rikishi has been, but to throw vinegar on the rattlesnake's nest, Rikishi goes and destroys Austin's truck with a sledgehammer.
Well, hell hath no fury like a man who has his car tampered with. It's just extra motivation for every fist Austin lands in this fight.
And evades the attack.
Delivered into the barricade.
And he counters. Getting back into the ring now.
Ooh. Stomping. Ouch.
Scary mindset for the rattlesnake. Austin has scattered pictures of Rikishi all over his home. Said that every time he looks at Rikishi, he's looking at a dead man.
Yeah, Rikishi taking that. Austin with stunner! Can Rikishi come back from that?
No clue what he hopes to find down there.
He's choking up on that bat, looking to swing one into the parking lot.
Makes the cover. The rattlesnake bites again. Austin gets his payback.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this...
We now know the sick, demented side of Rikishi. Rikishi almost cost Austin his life. Instead, he's here tonight to finish the job.
Listen, Rikishi has seen members of his family be skipped over while other superstars skyrocketed to unimaginable heights. Rikishi feels it's The Rock's time, not Austin's.
It's been a month of stunning revelations, all leading to the in-ring return of Stone Cold. Bang! Ooh. And looking at my monitor, it just makes me sick to my stomach watching Rikishi. This is a man who has no remorse and feels justified for running Austin down like a dog.
Look, to be devil's advocate, you've got to look at Rikishi's perspective. He's proud of his Samoan lineage and saw an opportunity to give his people a leg up in the Shark Tank that is WWE.
Oh, are you serious, Corey? Rikishi ran over another human being. We're fortunate that it only put Austin on the show for 10 months instead of his whole life. It's sick that you would even condone what Rikishi did.
Don't twist my words, Saxton. I'm not saying I condone Rikishi's actions. I'm just saying I understand them.
Heading to the outside now.
Hope you got your running shoes tied tight, boys. We might need to bolt out of here. Letting out every ounce of frustration and rage and then some.
Corey, this situation is so far beyond rational thinking. It's so personal. What does Stone Cold have to do in this one to leave here victorious against Rikishi?
I don't know if you can tell someone who almost lost their life at the hands of their opponent to think rationally. Austin has rage, and win or lose, he's going to unleash it all on Rikishi.
We've talked so much about motives leading into this match. In my view, Rikishi's are delusional. His family have been given equal opportunities, and they all took full advantage of them.
Yeah, my blood boils at the propaganda Rikishi's been selling. But I tell you about the most legitimate motive in this story, and that is payback for Stone Cold. Austin nearly had his life taken from him, and there is no greater reason to stomp the tar out of somebody than that.
And they're going shot for shot, low for low.
Slugging away with everything they've got. Two Titans trading strikes and refusing to back down. Bam! Boom! Two fighters putting their haymakers on autopilot right now.
Both absolutely drained, but both refusing to give up. This is a war of attrition with neither superstar wanting to be the one who surrenders.
Oh man, the shot's raining down. One after another.
That shot ends things.
Earth-shaking pop.
Into the pin. Can he get him here? Gets the shoulder up. Wow. What's it going to take?
I can't believe the ref didn't get two here.
He's headed out to the ringside area.
Oh man, he grabbed the kendo stick. Everyone needs to watch out now.
Rapid fire Samoan drop. Rikishi hoisting up his opponent. Rikishi driver.
Rikishi may have put the exclamation on this one.
Two. What? Only two?
Austin somehow kicked out. I cannot believe the beating he's been able to endure.
Everything possible was done to win there, but it just fell short.
Ruthless press by Austin, and now he's just dropping bombs. Uh-oh. Way to avoid that.
Yeah, Byron, I just cannot see any legitimate reason to run over Stone Cold like Rikishi did last Survivor Series.
I mean, Austin does ruffle the feathers of a lot of people, Michael, but I don't think any of his rivals would go to this.
Rikishi is down. It could be over. The rattlesnake bites again. Austin gets his payback.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout, Stone Cold Steve Austin!
Stone Cold made Rikishi pay the price for every day he had to rehab his injuries so he could make it back to WWE. Now you know, Rikishi, don't mess with the rattlesnake.